The recent order of spending the old Naira note alongside the new Naira note is one that brought succor to over 200 million Nigerians as the most populous country in Africa limped out of cash crunch. But the Central Bank of Nigeria recently has again come up with another proposition of mopping up dormant accounts of about 10 years from commercial banks and invest such funds in government securities like Treasury Bills. The proposition, which was contained in the recently released exposure draft of guidelines on the management of dormant accounts, unclaimed balances and other financial assets in banks and other financial institutions in Nigeria, raised some dust from stakeholders, as some said it will go a long way at addressing some economic issues.
We cannot be having money lying fallow or having accounts that are not serving the purpose for which they were opened. And of course, people with malicious intent may be using it in collusion with some bank officials to perpetrate fraudulent activities.
If that money is taken over by the federal government, and there's a provision that whenever the owner of the account is ready to reactivate the account, they will refund the money, that makes it okay.
Though the Apex Bank, in its circular, signed by the Director of Financial Policy and Regulation Department, Chibuzo Efobi, claimed it was to clarify the procedures for the management of dormant and inactive accounts by banks in the country. It was kicked against by some who said it is infringement on rights of the customers.
To be an obnoxious policy for you to mop up people's accounts, especially when it has got nothing to do with you, because they work for their money, and some people kept their money in that account just to have themselves disciplined and to plan for their future.
The move, which elicited a lawsuit from the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, in 2021, according to legal practitioners, has this to say from the legal perspective.
If in the course of opening the account, the course of activating the account, there is a clause in the contract, in the terms, to that effect that this account has to be operated for so and so and should not be dormant for so and so period, fine, legally they might get a way out, a scale through. But if there is no term to that effect, I'm very sure even if the account is dormant for 5 years, the bank does not have any legal right to foreclose it. The customers will always come up with their own excuses, and that is where the common man will look up to the court for interpretation. Like I said, it is a contract, it's a contractual relationship between the banks and the customer.
However, some charged the federal government to tidy up the practical aspect of the action by matching their words with action during execution.
At the time government used that money to invest, the people, whatever be the return on investment, they'll be able to use it for so many things that we have been clamoring for.
The CBN also said that it will publish an annual list of the owners of the unclaimed balances that had been transferred to the pool account, as well as the procedure for reclaim of warehoused funds. Margaret Okunlola, OGTV News.